I just streamed Arena Breakout Infinite for over 10 hours and I want to share my impression and opinion about the game. Believe me, there's a lot to talk about. First, I'll discuss the positive aspects and then we'll move on to the negatives. Let's go! Starting from the beginning, the game offers customization of your character. Of course, you won't really see your character much, except maybe in the menu. However, it's very nice that this feature exists. Another point, it has a very low entry threshold for beginners. They literally tell and show you everything from how to shoot to how to properly use medical supplies. The missions don't make you go crazy from not understanding what and where you need to do. There's a map, and it marks the points you need to visit. You can set your own marker, making it extremely convenient to navigate where to go. Approaching any closed door, it immediately indicates exactly which key you need. When you start a raid, your weapon is always initially set to automatic fire mode, and there won't be an instance where you have a single fire mode and forget to switch it, causing your death. The weapon modding is splendid and really no worse than in Tarkov. Currently, there aren't as many guns, but there are already some that aren't in EFT. By the way, I noticed that the controls in the arena are almost exactly the same as in EFT. For example, the same Alt plus T combination to check the magazine. Some familiar features are also present. For instance, you can drop your backpack by double pressing X. Looting characters, containers, etc. is also already familiar to you, and there are various reminders everywhere. When you hover over an item, it tells you, press F to move it to yourself. Aimed, press a certain key to hold your breath or change your aim or switch fire mode. The flashlights in the game, by the way, aren't too bright. They softly illuminate the dark space but don't blind your eyes. And an interesting feature, when you approach certain objects too closely, glares start appearing in your eyes. There's vaulting. It often works well, but not always. It's hard to understand the logic. It seems like you can vault over anything waist high. Medicine is a whole other story. There are a million variations of different painkillers, medical keys, each has its own features. Some are used faster, others heal quicker, and others something else. There's also no such annoying thing as having to heal each limb individually when it's missing 1 to 2 HP. Just use a medkit and it does everything for you. Someone might say arcade, and I would say gaming comfort. And besides, you can assign this not just to numbers. You can hold down a certain button in-game and see a quick panel on your screen and choose exactly what you want to use. This is really very cool. Water and food have their own animations. Armor comes in various classes, different materials, which causes them to have varying durability, weight, protection zones. And here it's also very important to use good ammunition, each bullet having its own characteristics in terms of damage, penetration, flight speed. And yes, during weapon modding, the number of parameters we affect is also significantly larger. The most important thing I'll note, I've never died because there was no sound. It works fine. I can almost always tell at least which side or which floor an opponent is on. There are almost no desyncs, even though I had a huge pin a very long period of time. At the same time, TTK in the game doesn't differ much from Tarkov's. Hit an opponent in the head and he will die. What really struck me was the really decent graphics and some features related to it. If you are inside the building, it will be very difficult to be seen from the street, and likewise it will be very difficult for someone inside the building to spot someone who is outside. This encourages you to either go in, conversely run out and attack, and your eyes adjust to the light or darkness not immediately, but after a few seconds. And with such good graphics and also quite a few people in the race, my FPS has always been over 120, and when I set the setting to medium, over 150. Looting various items, it immediately shows the approximate cost, but it's not that simple. It's the price for which you can sell it to a merchant. Well, probably. But there's also a separate flea market, and the prices fluctuate there. So the market needs to be studied. Backpacks, tactical rigs can be folded up, and they take up much less space in the stash. You want to betray me? No, that's not what you think. Then how would you explain it? Well, there will just be guides also on Arena Breakout. Is that bad? But promise that for Tarkov there will also be many guides on the link in the description. Yes, there are already many of them, don't worry, and there will only be more. I've already subscribed, and you should subscribe too. Got it? Well, okay, that's enough. I've praised this game a lot. Indeed, many pros. However, there are also significant cons. First, the shooter. It's crap. The recoil on all weapons is almost identical. Like this, your point jumps up and down like a beast very quickly and a lot. Let's see what the recoil looks like in Tarkov and now in the game. And almost all guns in this respect don't differ much from each other. Just depending on the caliber, the point of aim returns to its original position faster or slower. Second, the endless huge ping. It's just a problem for me, although I've heard that it's not just me, but it's constantly above 150 and up to 200. This doesn't directly affect the game too critically, however, you still feel it at times. Bullet ballistics. It seems to exist, but it's also somehow unnoticeable. You almost never need to take lead on a moving target. Maybe you do, but definitely not like in Tarkov. The day and night change. It seems to just not exist. Arena is very much like a mobile game in many ways. Animation of looting, eating food, peeking around corners, enemy death. The identical looping running animation where your weapon in the screen sways perfectly the same. Throwing grenades also somewhat uncomfortable. But dummies, which are very easy to kill. I might not have fought against bosses or raiders or anyone else yet, but those I've killed were just some poor subs, so they're practically unable to inflict any significant damage on you. I've never died to a bot. It's extremely annoying that the effect from the painkiller is again an increase in sharpness. Tarkov moved away from this, but here they've implemented it. It's disgusting. Most sounds of shooting, reloads, magazine checks, weapon inspection sounds, and so on are like from a mobile game. Many have said its S is from PUBG. Another separate minus I will note is that the economy isn't entirely clear. It's quite expensive to gear up for a raid, but from the same raid you don't bring back that much. But let me clarify, there are two game modes, normal and lockdown. In lockdown, more geared up guys with the high levels run around. And the boss here are also more cunning, deadly, so specifically in this mode significantly more loot drops. But usually, surviving in this mode doesn't even mean you recoup all the ammo you spent if you ran with a good one. Most likely, this problem arises precisely because there are too few people on the flea market buying anything, and because there are again too few players in the game itself. But still, I have questions about the economy itself. Overall, my final opinion, definitely cool. It's better than Gray Zone and better than Project Lead. Good graphics and with its excellent FPS, lots of its own features, mechanics and a pleasant start for a beginner. You can really figure out the game quickly and easily. Well, this feeling that you are playing a mobile game definitely ruins everything. And also, they really need to thoroughly overhaul the ballistics and the recoil, and overall record some more realistic sounds. Deserves a like and attention. I'll keep playing it, but really hope they bring it to perfection. Write your opinion in the comments. Thanks for watching till the end. See you next time. Good luck!